problem that we're having now. Too many folks trying to talk about a Jesus that they don't know about. And when you try to talk about a Jesus that you don't know for yourself, there is no power or conviction or passion in your testimony. And as a matter of fact, you're not willing to lay down your life for this Jesus.
We've been at this for a year. Juggling.
To you guys about Restream. Restream is basically a service. First things first, you have your dash, and you also can see your analytics. You can have your YouTube account, or you can set it up manually. I'm just going to do it through the stream, and then we'll do update all. And now all the titles across all these platforms are going to be the same. Now for a game, let's say we're doing Borderlands 2. So we'll update all. set up for more of your traditional style of like OBS, which I'm going to show you here. I'm going to grab my OBS. So when you go into your, not output, your stream, you're going to do the custom, or you can, whoops. So if you do stream services, you can find Restream right here. Now Restream has the FTL, which is nice, but I believe the FTL is only for Mixer at this time, and it's something new that they just started. What we're going to do is we're going to want to grab this right here. So we'll copy this. We'll get our OBS back. We'll put it here, and then we'll grab our stream key, and then we will add that there. And then you'll hit done, and then you'll be able to set it up. Now, if you do the streaming service, and if you choose to do RTMP, then all you got to do is put your stream key in, and you'll be all set. The other thing too is you can choose the different areas. So if you're not in the US, you could choose a different location, and that way it can help you out as well. The other thing that they added that's new is a webcam. I haven't messed with this, but I don't want to give you guys information on that unless I know. So I'll mess with this on my own time and then maybe come back to it. But if you guys want to mess with it yourself, go for it. If you do need to talk to anybody, they have a 24-hour chat that you guys can ping and ask any questions. And then for the upgrade side of things, here's where you have the different types of plans. So if you're wanting to stream to Facebook, you can do one Facebook channel, and that's going to be about $20 a month. So each one of these kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to be paying, what you're going to be getting out of it, and so on and so forth. I personally wouldn't use this if I was going to be restreaming to like Facebook or something like that, just because if you're new, there's really no reason to go and shovel out $20 if you're not making any money streaming. If you're going to try Facebook gaming, try doing it just on Facebook and see how you like it. But for the ones that are free, you definitely have plenty to go off of. So that's definitely good for us. I mean, you got all of these different ones to choose from, and there's plenty for you to be able to do it for free. Especially with these main three right here: Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube Gaming. Now, like I said, if you're not an affiliate, then you'll be good to go if you wanted to do Restream on all three. And who knows? Maybe one of these will actually do really well for you. But that's pretty much how you set up the Restream and everything like that. And you should be good to go. Now, you can only do this if you are using a computer to stream off of. If you're using just your console and you're streaming directly off your console, you cannot use this option. Even if you're using Lightstream, you cannot use this option. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about Restream. If you have any questions about Restream, if I missed anything, and so on and so forth. If you use it, let us know what you think about it in the comments. Also, if you are new to the channel, you're wanting to learn how to stream, definitely go ahead, take a look around. I got plenty of tutorials to help you out. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. But thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
This is a real B&H customer story. Fred Smith, fitness instructor and podcaster, started a new business during the pandemic. Fred, tell us your story.
I was a fitness instructor in Atlanta, and I transferred to New York, March 13, 2020, right as the city went under lockdown.
Oof, that's rough timing.
All the studios shut down. But with B&H's help, I started Workout with Fred. It's an online fitness platform with cycling classes and off-the-bike classes taught by me.
Talk about lemons to lemonade.
As I started looking for equipment, everybody I spoke to was pointing me to B&H. I needed a camera, a lens, microphone, capture card, audio interface.
Whoa, Fred, we're running out of room here.
Well, here's the thing. That setup is really complicated, and that's where B&H came in. I felt like every expert I spoke to had been in my shoes before, whether I was on the chat or I called. Anytime I had a question, they had a solution. I was like, I wish I'd called you earlier.
We're always here for you, Fred. Say, where do you film all this?
Let me show you. My living room is essentially a recording studio. Everything in here, except for the couch and the TV, are laid out so that I can do my recording.
Amazing. What's next for you, Fred?
One of the things I wanted to do for years was start a video podcast. So I started something called Join the Convo. We discuss important topics in a safe space.
Fred, you're a real mensch. Thank you for sharing your B&H story with us. Whatever your creative aspirations, B&H is here to help. Call, email, chat, or come by anytime. Except Saturdays, of course.
Sometimes you need to get away from the kids for grown-up time. Or get away from the grown-ups for kid time. And just get away from home. Together. Vacation's not far away. Book the home that makes the vacation with Vrbo.
Hey guys, welcome to another Gauging Gadgets Restream tutorial video. In this video we'll be doing a full overview and walkthrough of how to get set up and then use all the features in Restream Live Studio. And if you're not familiar with Restream Live Studio, it is a in-browser tool from Restream that allows you to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time using just your browser alone. Just your browser alone, so you don't have to have any third-party apps installed or get these things set up. It's very easy to use, and you can even use it on a Chromebook. Now in this tutorial, we'll go through all the different features in Restream Live Studio, including how to get it set up and then use it while you're in your live stream. So hopefully by the end of this tutorial, you know how to use everything and you can have a really great live stream from Restream Live Studio. This video is sponsored by Restream, so thank you to Restream for making this video possible. And Restream does have a free and paid version of their service, and you can use Live Studio with that. Some of the features in Live Studio do require you to have a paid version, and I'll point those out in this video so you can see the benefits of having one of the paid versions of Restream. And if you do decide to upgrade either to standard or professional, use my link in the description because you'll get $10 off your first month. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Restream Live Studio is compatible with several different browsers, including Chrome and Firefox. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use it in Chrome, but if you're using it in a different browser, everything will be basically the same. But you might see some differences in the menus in your browser when you're giving access to your webcam or sharing your screen within Live Studio.
Introducing Restream Scheduler, a simple way to stream your pre-recorded content across all of your social media channels at once. Randy here from Restream, and in this video, we'll take a quick look and see just how easy it is to stream via the Restream Scheduler. Let's get started by heading over to restream.io. Remember to follow the guidelines of your scheduler plan. Our free plan offers one scheduled event of 30 minutes, while each plan above that offers longer length of videos and more pre-scheduled events at once. If you already have your video uploaded to Google Drive or Dropbox, you can also upload it via that link. The benefit of uploading this way is that you don't need to remain on the page. This video is ready. Let's head back to our Videos tab in Scheduler to see how that other upload is doing. It looks like it's uploaded. Let's hover over it and click the three dots to begin scheduling it. We'll also go ahead and click the Advanced option so we can set this one not to stream to YouTube. Remember, two events cannot stream at the same time, so we'll need to set this one a bit after the first one. Now when the time comes, your event will instantly go live to all of your channels without you having to lift a finger. Have any further questions? Feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and check out our other videos on screen now to learn more.
Pre-configured connections you can have. I'm going to go ahead and select YouTube. You'll select on the you can access that by clicking on the View YouTube event here. This is also the link that you would share with other people so that you would be able to send people to view so that you can change them and add new information. You can also go to the graphics functions
is how to embed your stream to their website. Do you want to take that on?
Absolutely. So the widget, for people who aren't familiar, it was a tool that we provided as a beta feature
And being able to embed it directly from YouTube or Facebook or Akamai, for example, is definitely something that people can benefit right now while we're developing a better solution than Widget, because we realized that we definitely could improve on there. I see a very good questions from Victorian Solutions. Is there a way to practice the event ahead of the time or do a run through? That's been a big question as well on how do you test the stream before going live. Sean, any recommendations?
Absolutely. In fact, I will, if you don't mind activating the screen share, I can even show how you can go live to YouTube without actually having to have that live stream be visible to other people. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, perfect. So when you're in the event creation steps, we've done this once before, so I'm going to say this is test 2. I'm going to go ahead and say next. When you're at the event creation page, you can actually select on the edit button for the very specific channel that you're going to be going live to. Inside of the YouTube channel options, inside of the event, is a toggle for you to change it, the event that's being created to either being private or unlisted. Either of those options will be a way for you to stream directly to your YouTube channel and have that content not be visible or notifying to your followers. It's a great way to go ahead and test the entire system, all the way down to the Restream event, all the way to the streaming to YouTube, to make sure all the things are working. It'll also, if you have a paid account, create a recording of that stream on your Restream account that can then be used to restream that content out again to all of your channels if that's your choice.
Sean, I actually see a few questions they're saying from Victorian Solutions without going live, and I see questions from Carlos. Can I pre-record the interview with somebody on Restream and later upload it to YouTube?
Oh.
Could you talk a little bit more on how the recordings work and how this is shown in the account, and how we can what are the options available for recordings later?
Absolutely. So within the recordings functionalities, you would have the ability to go ahead and see the Restream content itself. Oh, I just closed my Firefox, I do believe. Sorry about that, Anastasia. Sometimes live streaming gets a little crazy.
No worries.
The ability to then use the recordings functionality is what is going to allow for you to stream from Restream, again, with the same content. And what you can also do is our newly created Restream recording functionality, where you can download a very specific audio track of just one participant. We have lots of recording functions, and with those recording functions come different abilities to download the material itself for reuse, either internally or for uploading to services that don't support the RTMP live streaming features that we directly offer. The most recent feature that we offered is the ability to download all of the recordings, to download all of the audio recordings individually. So you can have my audio, your audio, or the mix of both of ours. That's really useful for reusing the audio of the recording itself for uploading directly to podcast type services. You can also then create little snippets of the audio version itself of one person's audio for reuse in other applications. Maybe if you were creating a new video and just wanted to use the person's audio as an audio overlay. The video recordings themselves can also be directly recorded for storing onto your account or on your computer. The recordings do expire.
Beginning of the show. I got a question from Savvy Turtle. So Savvy Turtle has a business plan and trying to stream to multiple YouTube channels, but it looks like it requires to keep linking and unlinking accounts. To be honest with you, it's really hard to say what's happening right now. Sean, do you have any recommendations from your head?
I do. We offer live 24/7, 7-day-a-week chat support on our website, and you can even access it while you're live streaming. There's an orange button in the bottom right-hand corner of every page on our website. And with that, you can contact us. You'd be speaking to me and the other people who are on the team that I work with. They are available 24/7. We are available. We are actually staffed in 7 different countries, so that we are not only around, but we're awake and fully functioning to be able to answer all of your questions. We can walk through all kinds of different steps with you, answer questions, solve problems, as well as just build up your confidence to make sure that you're fully emotionally ready for your live streams, not just on the technical side.
Yes, and then this problem seems like it's really hard for right now to say what's happening. I know every time that YouTube makes changes on their end, it would require reconnecting, but it doesn't need to be reconnecting if you have, let's say, 5 different YouTube channels added. It doesn't require to reconnect them one every time. Hopefully it doesn't, unless it's something on YouTube side. So if this is happening, please contact support. We will be able to help you from there. Got one more question from Andy. Can OBS be connected to Restream Studio?
It can, on the premium and business level plans. So that is a feature that you can see on the studio regardless of your plan level. However, if you're on the free version or the standard version, it is going to prompt you to upgrade to the premium plan to unlock that feature. And that feature is going to give you that functionality we were discussing previously, where you can receive input from an encoder like Zoom or OBS and apply the overlay images, chats, and guest features directly to it.
And so if this is happening, please contact support. We will be able to help you from there. Got one more question from Andy. Can OBS be connected to Restream Studio?
It can, on the premium and business level plans. So that is a feature that you can see on the studio regardless of your plan level. However, if you're on the free version or the standard version, it is going to prompt you to upgrade to the premium plan to unlock that feature. And that feature is going to give you that functionality we were discussing previously, where you can
them one every time. Hopefully it doesn't, unless it's something on YouTube side. So if this is happening, please contact support. We will be able to help you from there. Got one more question from Andy. Can OBS be connected to Restream Studio?
It can, on the premium and business level plans. So that is a feature that you can see on the studio regardless of your plan level. However, if you're on the free version or the standard version, it is going to prompt you to upgrade to the premium plan to unlock that feature. And that feature is going to give you that functionality we were discussing previously, where you can receive input from an encoder like Zoom or OBS and apply the overlay images, chats, and guest features directly to it.
Yeah, cool. I also see live on YouTube and Facebook. That's pretty cool name, by the way. Saying I use the OBS with Restream. It's a great job. So it's true. So I feel like in a way, Restream is basically like a Google. We cover a lot of different things. We allow you to stream with Zoom. We allow you to stream with OBS, Vimix, Streamlabs. We also allow you to stream from your browser directly. We also allow you to stream recorded videos. My favorite thing, I call it Fake Live. And of course, we also allow you to stream from the OBS or Zoom into the studio to get the most powerful uplift to your streams and your functionality. So definitely it's possible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look for more questions. Guys, if you have more questions, please go ahead and ask. We're gonna share in the 5 minutes or so, we're gonna share a discount with you and to get started as a part of this stream. And some small giveaway, maybe. I'll keep that a little bit as a secret. If you still have questions, please post questions here. And while I'm looking for more questions, Sean, I'm gonna ask you, what is your most favorite type of use case of Restream that you came across?
That's a great question. I would say that my favorite use case is tied to interviews. I never before thought that people would want to live stream interviews on services like Facebook or YouTube, but it's becoming a trend. It's becoming a very public way of having interviews on services that are already
Randy here from Restream, and in this guide, we'll take a quick look and see just how easy it can be to stream to multiple platforms at once with OBS Studio. To get started, open your browser and head to obsproject.com. Here, you'll be able to download the latest version of OBS Studio. Once downloaded, open and run the installer, making sure to read each step carefully. On the final step, ensure the Launch OBS Studio option is selected and hit Finish. Now that OBS is installed and open, let's begin setting up our first scene. To do that, we'll click the plus icon and choose Video Capture Device from the list and name it Webcam so we can quickly identify it later. In the Properties window that opens, we can select the webcam we want to stream with. If your webcam supports it, we suggest adjusting your resolution to 720 or 1080p. Now we can click OK to save these settings and close the window. Let's scale our webcam down a bit so it doesn't take up the full frame. We can do this by grabbing the red box that outlines the webcam and dragging it to the size that we want. Now that our webcam is ready, let's add our display capture. To do that, we'll click the plus icon and choose Display Capture. Like before, we'll select the proper monitor from the list, and then we'll click OK to save it. It looks like we've accidentally hidden our webcam. However, we can change the order of our sources by dragging the webcam above the newly added display capture. Finally, let's add our overlay. This time, we'll select Image, give it a name, and then browse your computer for the proper one. Now select OK, and it looks like the overlay might be a bit too large for our canvas. Let's fix that by right-clicking Overlay, hovering over Transform, and then selecting Fit to Screen. Now that OBS is set up and ready to stream, let's go ahead and set up our social platforms. For this guide, we'll use Restream, a powerful tool that enables OBS to stream to multiple social platforms at once without increasing the strain on your network or system. To get started, let's head back to our browser and then to Restream.io. From here, we'll quickly create our free account by entering in our username, email, and password. Now that we're on the Restream dashboard, let's start adding our channels. We'll begin by connecting YouTube. To do that, choose YouTube and then select Connect YouTube. You'll be redirected to a Google authentication screen to allow the connection. Once that's done, we'll return to the Restream dashboard, and as you can see, YouTube is connected. Finally, we'll quickly connect our Facebook profile using a similar process. Restream is officially set up, and you're ready to go live to all of your end platforms. So let's head back to OBS and finish the process. Once back in OBS, choose Settings from the bottom right. In the window that opens, select Stream. Now, we'll want to select Restream.io-RTMP from the destination dropdown. Once selected, you'll see Connect Account appear. We'll click this option to finish the process. In the window that opens, log into your Restream account and allow the connection. Finally, we'll save these settings by clicking OK. These new windows that have opened are the Restream Widgets. They'll help you manage your stream without needing to navigate away from OBS. On the far right here, we have the Restream Chat, which will allow you to see and send comments to your audience from all of your platforms. Keep in mind, some platforms like Facebook will only connect after you go live. In the center here, we have the Restream Channels widget, which will allow you to be able to select which platforms you're going live to by toggling them on or off. And last but not least, we have the Stream Information panel, where you can update your title and game. These widgets can both exist outside of OBS, or you can dock them directly in OBS by clicking and dragging them. And that's it. Everything is set up, which means from now on, going live to all your platforms is as easy as opening OBS and clicking Start Streaming. Once you do that, we'll begin sending your stream to all of your connected platforms. Ready to learn more? Check out the videos on screen now, or if you have any questions or suggestions for future tutorials, leave them in the comments below.
Looking for the best music for your videos? Then you should check out Artlist.
We're gonna keep him saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to cover how to use OBS Studio.
Huh? Okay.
Step by step in this complete tutorial for beginners. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you grow an audience and scale your revenue with online video. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up.
Say it again. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
It really makes a huge difference, and all the links to everything I mentioned in this video you can find linked in the description box below. Let's jump into it. So OBS Studio, or Open Broadcaster software, you might have another scene for you with some text on screen of all the supported live streaming platforms. Now, I'll link this page down in the resources below, but this is where YouTube suggests which bit rates you should be looking at for the different resolutions. So this page tells us if we want to broadcast live to YouTube at 720p, the video bitrate range should be between 1,500 and 4,000 kilobits per second. If we're doing a 1080p stream, that needs to be 3,000 to 6,000 kilobits per second. Now we can go above, but you really have the highest quality through, then you're going to want to pick a higher quality bitrate for your audio as well. Personally, I think anything from 160 to 256 is going to give you great results. But if you're only just speaking in your live stream, then you'll be able to get away with 160. So those are your live streaming settings. If you do want to also be recording, or you just want to use OBS for recording, then that's where your settings down here. You can key all of those in. The main ones being your recording format. You can see the default here is MKV. You might want to switch it to an MP4 or an MOV file. And then you'll also want to adjust your recording quality. Because in a lot of cases, you want to actually record a higher quality video than the one that you're streaming out. So higher than 5,000 kilobits per second in this case. So we could choose a high quality medium file size, or one of the other options in here as well. Now this next area here, audio, is where obviously we get to dive into some audio settings. Now there's really only a couple in here that you need to look at. The rest are going to be fine by default. The first one is your channels. By default, you want to have this set to stereo unless you specifically need to be broadcasting in mono or surround sound 2.1, 5.1 surround sound. So for most people, you're going to want to leave this at stereo for most live streams or most recorded videos. But the one that you really want to check in here is your primary audio source, which is your mic auxiliary audio, not audio 2, 3, or 4. Just here is that our base canvas resolution, our OBS resolution, is at 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, but the default is saying that we're going to be broadcasting, our output is 720p, 1280 by 720. So I'm going to hit this little drop down arrow and I'm going to switch this to 1920 by 1080. Now you do have the ability in here to pick other resolutions, or you can actually just type in a custom resolution. And now we're going to go ahead and set up our scenes. Cam, a GH5, I currently don't have connected, but it is installed, and the Cam Link 4K.
Randy here from Restream, and in this guide, we'll take a quick look and see just how
Okay, so this is for Joe. Joe, this is how I set up my streaming. And I'll put this up on YouTube. Anybody else can see it if they want to. See how I do streaming to multiple platforms at the same time. But anyway, so I'm here in the YouTube events dashboard. So I'm going to come into stream. I'm going to copy a previous one. I mean, you could create it from scratch, but this works. I already have it set up the way that I want. So Keto Chow Daily live stream. I'm gonna put the date. Oh, am I gonna put a special join us for a special And okay, there we go. And I'm going to put in the date. So that'll be tomorrow. This is in whatever time zone you're currently in. So that's 9:15 a.m. Mountain. I'm going to change the thumbnail. Where is it? Desktop. There we go. No, it's not made for kids. Okay. So I saved that. We are all set up and ready to go. I'm going to copy this. Actually, I'm going to come in here to Restream. So Restream is what I'm using to send. You use OBS, and OBS is what takes the anyway, OBS is what takes the video.
I am. Okay. Yeah.